Okay, Brett Johns, here we go. We're in London, England. It's your second appearance in the UFC. You've got the jitters of the first fight out of the way. Important win, exciting win. How are you feeling going into your second fight?
Preparation has been amazing. I've had a longer camp this time. I think the Quack fight we had about 3 weeks' notice. It was a bit of a rush, really. Well, not a rush. We're always in camp, always training anyway. I never take time off, but it was a rush to try and get the weight down as quick as I could. But now having a little bit more time this time out, then if the weight cut's going well. But yeah, just getting that first fight out of the way was a major thing for me, and now the second fight's finally here, getting ready for Saturday night.
What was the reaction like back home after that first fight? Because it was a really exciting fight, and I know you were on cloud nine immediately after the fight had finished. What was the reaction like back home?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think I come home to my house and there's about 40, 50 people waiting for photos or something else. Like in Wales, the MMA scene hadn't really taken off, until we got the UFC. So me and Marshman's success out there was huge, So no, it was a massive deal for me as well to see the amount of people come out, and it just shows that a lot of people are looking up and they want me to do well, and that's the stuff that feeds me it feeds my fire in the fight, So like I said, it's an absolute pleasure to represent Wales, and it's a pleasure for them people to come out and watch me and support me through my career.
And there's a well-known sporting rivalry between Wales and England, and you've got an English opponent this weekend in Ian Entwistle. First off, for the people watching, explain just how important this rivalry is, and in terms of bragging rights, and also what you make of Ian as an opponent.
Yeah, it's no secret, the Welsh and English rivalry, it's huge. And I think it's actually the first fight in the UFC which will be Wales versus England. So I said on a previous interview, it was like a Welsh TV channel, and I was after when England beat Wales in the rugby. I said, so don't worry guys, at least I'm here and I will sort out the job that the boys couldn't, Didn't really get much fans from the rugby fans after that, but no, like I said, it's obviously it's a big deal for the Welsh people, especially as an English fighter. But like I said, I'm in there for myself. I'm going in for the win. It doesn't matter whether this guy's from England or anywhere else in the world. It's for me. It's for me on Saturday night to go 14-0. Entwistle's a dangerous opponent. I can't look past Entwistle. It's no secret what he's good at. It's his footlocks. But I feel like personally, I'm one of the out of all the guys that he's fought, I'm the guy with the best. Not just leg lock defense, but overall submission defense. So it's going to be a tough night for Entwistle. And while I've been going through the little sessions about my footlock defense, I've been working on other aspects of my sport, which comes Saturday night, people are going to not look at me as this so-called wrestler, but they look at me as a mixed martial artist.
And going back to that first fight as well, I know you're already known for someone who wears his heart on his sleeve. There's the quite famous footage of the moment when you actually got the call to join the UFC, and you were very emotional immediately after the fight. How much is that emotion going to play a part when you step into the octagon on Saturday?
I always bring that emotion. I always do it. Don't matter if it's every fight. I've cried in my first fight and I've cried in my last fight. You know what I mean? So it's just me as a person. I get quite emotionally involved in the whole situation. This whole week I'm here, the week I'm in the fight. I generally, for people that don't know, when I go in there, it's a matter of life and death for me. You know what I mean? I have to win, and losing is not an option. So I put everything in camp, everything in the fight. I put it all into that fight. So as soon as it's over, then obviously the emotion pours out of me. And I was hit so hard after the Belfast fight with like a post-fight adrenaline dump. I usually have it before a fight where I black out before a fight. I'm so scared. But it happened after the fight this time, which was really strange. So I've lost up to an hour of memory after the Belfast fight, just because of the adrenaline. It's not because of the punch. People say, "Oh, it's a punch to the head." It's not because of the punches. It was really because of the emotion before the fight and after the fight that really affected me.
You mentioned about how proud you are to represent Wales and the Welsh MMA scene. It feels like there's some real momentum beginning to build up from Welsh MMA. Tell us about how important this fight is to Wales and what you intend on delivering for those Welsh fans on Saturday night.
The Welsh fans themselves, they've been absolutely historic in every single sport. You watch them out in, like, obviously when they were playing football in the Euros, they had a massive support going out there. You watch Joe Calzaghe fight in Madison Square Garden, Vegas, the Millennium Stadium. They were huge shows, And for me personally, I want a piece of that pie, you know. I want people to look at me in a few years' time, and I want to be able to bring us the equivalent of Conor McGregor, you know. I know people don't like to compare, but it's very similar to him and his Irish background. It's the same for me. I'm very proud of being Welsh, you know. Nobody other than Welsh people have got me where I am now, you know. And yeah, I've had people support me from different places, like, you know, like obviously England, even England, they support me, you know what I mean. But I appreciate support from all. But the Welsh have really been there from day one, and I want to give something back. And a win Saturday night, I think that would be the beginning steps of me giving something back to Wales.
Last one, very quickly. How are you going to get it done?
I don't see it going past the first round for me or him. You know what I mean? That's not a case of me saying I'm going to go through in the first round, and he's not. Of course, he's very dangerous in the first round. He's had 12 fights. He's never gone out the first round. I don't see it's going to the scorecards. It's not going to the scorecards. I know that. He knows that. And that's the main thing that we need to watch in this fight.